Hello and good morning, it's Phil Thatch, and I'm out here on this rainy morning at the Chickamauga Lake. I've kind of driven around looking for some place where I can make some photographs without getting too far from the car. My car is right behind the camera, and here I found these beautiful cypress trees growing out of the water. I photographed these before, and maybe I'll put a link to that up in the top. And I photographed them when the water was down for the winter. And even though today's the second day of fall, they haven't started dropping the water just yet. So I'm still going to have to trod in the water to get over to where the cypress trees are over here. And I'm using the Fujifilm X-T3, and I'm going to start with the 18 to 55 lens, and I may have to walk back to the car and change lenses there so they don't get wet while I'm changing in the rain. I may use the 55 to 200 some, but I'm going to start out with the 55 to 200. I'm not going to use a circular polarizer. That way I can keep a lens hood on my lenses to keep the front element dry. And when I'm not shooting or making video, I'm going to keep this plastic bag on the camera. I've also got a cloth to dry the lens element off with. So let me get that bag on the camera now so I can get started making photographs of the cypress trees that are growing over here. This is my first composition. For this one, I did a 2-shot high dynamic range. I needed a longer exposure to get the trees to have some light on them, and I needed a short exposure for the background not to be overpowering. All the rest of the shots in this video are single shots, but I like the way this one turned out. Here is my second composition, with apologies for using a cell phone for video. f7.1 ISO 160 and 1/5 of a second. There were so many different compositions to try, and I was just kind of overloaded looking around, and everywhere I looked I liked what I saw. So here's the second shot, and I hope you like it as well. There's my third composition. In other news, I've stepped too deep and now my rain boots are full of water. There was lots of clutter on the ground and in the water, and for some of the shots I really tried to avoid it, at least to a certain extent, and other shots like this one I just kind of embraced all the tree debris in the water and incorporated it into the shot. Here's another composition I made, f11, 1.3 seconds ISO 160. I think this one's right about 18 millimeters. This one is not that exact shot, but it's very, very similar, and I ended up liking this one better, so I shared this one with you. This is another shot with lots of debris, but there's also beautiful reflections and lots of nice colors and cross light. Well, it's at the same time absolutely beautiful and completely miserable out here. I mean, I'm soaking wet, my rain boots are full of water, and gosh, these trees are beautiful as they come out of the water. There's light coming from that direction this way, so there's nice gentle cross light on these trees. So it's really beautiful. And oh, I'm so miserable right now. It's a little bit chilly this morning, not too bad, it's low 60s, but in the rain and standing in soaking wet boots, it is not fun, but it's fun. I gotta say, it's liberating now that I've got water in my boots, because now I can go out as deep as I want. For example, for this latest shot, I don't know if I can get that on the screen, my boots are completely underwater. But the composition turned out really nice. I've got this large looking cypress partially in the foreground, and then I've got 4 in the background. I focused on the one in the foreground, and I stopped all the way down to f16 to try to keep as much of it in focus as possible. Probably It's hard to say standing out here in the rain. Probably the 4 trees in the background are slightly out of focus, but that's okay. So these last 2 shots are probably my favorite of the entire video. I had stopped down to f16, which gave me a much longer exposure. This one's 3 seconds, and that smoothed the water out better and made the reflections look better. I wish I had done that for all of the shots, but I was in a hurry and it was raining, and I should have put more thought into the shots, but that's what happens when you get in a hurry. You miss opportunities to improve your photographs. Now on this shot, this is the same 4 trees on the left-hand side of the frame as the previous shot, but I moved a little bit closer so the big tree was not in the foreground anymore, it was behind me, and that revealed another 5th tree slightly to the right, and with interesting light on it of the 4 trees that were in the previous shot. And this one, the exposure brought me to 2.5 seconds, but it still made the water nice and smooth. Well, the moral of the story is don't be afraid to go out making photographs if it's raining. I've had a great time out here this morning just being totally miserable and getting some shots that I think are pretty cool. Look at my glasses. I don't know if you can see it, but they got raindrops all over them. And I love these trees. This is only the second time I've come out here to photograph them, and I'm just thrilled to have something like this about 5 or 10 minutes from the house. So I guess I'm gonna call it. I could probably get some more shots, but I don't want to completely wear this place out. I'd like to come back and shoot it some more. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up. It really helps. If you want to see some more, subscribe, hit the bell. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye. What a morning.